our game gets started here, and they've gone back to something a little bit more standard in the mag, the PA. It won't be the Yang mag, as the panel was discussing. It's going to be that support mag from PYW and Yang on this Nature's Prophet, already starting with the Blightstone to increase the damage from himself and his treants, and try and get some bullying on this lane. You got to imagine musical lanes likely to occur here as they probably try and get KP matched up versus that Nature's Prophet.
Well, and in a lot of ways you say, all right, great. It's no longer going to be the 3 mags, which have looked just god-awful this tournament at various points, but the thing that kind of does suck about it a little bit for the Vici Gaming squad is that now you've got PYW playing a Magnus, and this has been one of their standout performers throughout the whole tournament, and not going to be on one of the more flashy heroes this time. We'll see what he can get done with,
no,
though.
see, I disagree. I think position 4 Magnus can be the absolute flashiest because someone's handing you a bag of trash, and somehow you make kills happen.
All right.
Like, position 4 Mag, making that skewer play or getting someone clipped is such an impressive thing. Because as your point, you're basically a skewer or an empowered bot, right? That's all you do. Like, look, this is the high skill plays from the support Magnus.
Yeah, what
this
if he just
kind
eats
of
the
all
tree,
you
though?
can do.
March is just going to take a bit of a beating here. Nice start, at least, with the 3 armor and 63 base damage on the Magnus. Is already Ori trying to mess up the CSing a little bit from RML, if at all possible. 4 and 2, the early goings, and messing around a little bit with that Viper. But yeah, the panel talked about it a lot. It's this PA who needs to get super duper farm on Paparazzi, and Eurus definitely somebody that's been able to do it a time and a few.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have probably all been in a game before, right? Where someone on your team picks PA and someone tries the Viper. They go for the Nether Toxin break, and you think, wow, this game should be easy. But if the Viper has a bad start, which can occasionally happen if those first Atos rotations don't go well, so we see a skewer that looks to go very well.
Wow.
Because that's the level 1 Timber. And you want to kill him as much as you can before he hits level 3.
And that's what you're talking about. The bag of trash. PYW makes it happen. Beautiful showing. Toss back underneath the tower for the moment. Armel going to take a lot of damage here. Ori getting the pressure on and doesn't have any more mana or ability to chase forward for this one. So Armel is just going to salve in his face. Already, Vici off to a much better start in this game number 2.
Yeah, Ori does have another Mango here too, and Tiny, this hero that it almost feels like he can win like any lane in the first 2 waves. Like sometimes he just finds this combo where he just like that gets a toss back under the tower. He can get such an edge there.
Oh, nice play there by Yang. Just going to TP out as the fissure expires and can come back quickly into this lane afterwards since he does have teleportation up. PYW not able to get any skewer magic there.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get. Again, just this 1v3. This is a little bit of a bad news situation when you can't get that kill, right? When you're committing so much, because now he is going to be level 3. The second point in the reactive armor, and KP probably gets just like grab jungle creeps, grab a wave, get those stacks going.
Oh, and good job here by March to just throw out the coconuts. He takes away that pull that was coming out from the treants. So they aren't going to be able to get any type of pull-off. It does look like that wave is somewhat doubled up, so it is going to push out a little bit. So that's a little bit of solace there for you. Apparently, Armel just has all the voice lines.
Yeah, and the idea of like this like KP getting a good lane, we instead go back to the situation where like they could, if they wanted to, match the KP has this really good lane versus the Nature's Prophet, but once again TNC they know that the whole strat of the Morphling Shaker is the Morphling, and it's making sure that Gabby has the best possible game. So although this means that Eurus will have a good start too, Gabby's going to be able to, I mean, it's a single hero in his lane. Like, Morphling's going to have an absolutely fantastic time. He should have complete free farm here.
Definitely what you want to have on that hero and get towards those earlier items, even if it's just the survivability portion of it. I will say, in a best of 5, you have a little bit more room to be giving the opposing team the Morphling Earthshaker and say, deal with it. And if you win this game as TNC, you're going to be feeling very good about the state of the best of 5, obviously, not just because, you know, you're up 2 games, but also they haven't been able to show that they can deal with this strategy, really.
One thing is that I think we're starting to see a pattern here in how March drafts and the options he gives to his support players in the first, like, 12 minutes, because in a lot of our current meta games, we have supports that are essentially locked in lane for the first 10 minutes. There's not a whole lot of rotations happening, but in every TNC draft, it feels like we're getting this Venomancer, or in this case, this Timbersaw, even the Viper to a degree in the mid lane, where one hero can't handle it on their own. And so they're creating a situation where their opponents have to bring more numbers just to stabilize the lane. So sure, PA's farming, but KP's still getting stuff done. And that's going to open up a lot of possibilities for the supports to rotate. And not for kills, though. Like, I'm expecting to see TNC start looking for these stacks and start going in and warding and dewarding to make sure that VG don't get that time for that stack. And by the same metric, the fact that these supports have to help out so much in lane means they're also not stacking right now.
Yeah, and then you did see that there was the rotation over from PYW trying to stack up the Ancients once. He missed it. A little bit of a mistiming there by the Magnus as Tims tries to go for the fissure block off. This should secure the rune as long as it doesn't get denied. Maybe skewer over the top. He thought about it. PYW not going to get it. So 2 apiece.
Yeah, and DY in the backlines takes that bounty rune and gets a ward down. And now he probably wants to head to his own triangle and maybe, again, try and get some stacks going for the team. Or maybe even in the southern jungle. But he needs to find a way to boost the economy of his PA and his Tiny right now.
Definitely. Much needed and a huge part of the game plan for this Vici roster. Is KP going to build up some of those reactive armor stacks with the catapult coming in? Looks like it might be about his time to get a little bit aggressive. 3 points in that reactive armor. And already leading the way. And there isn't really any rotations over. This is a really common move that we see by Timbersaws, and it's pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, kind of though, Tims feels a little lost. He's just been like wandering around the river. You see that Armel's gone to farm the neutrals in the jungle, but there weren't any stacks for him. So at least he clears out all 3 camps, and we'll get the respawn very nicely done by Armel. So he basically just made all his own stacks. And Tims will secure the haste rune. Now he gets the lane creeps. This is something that he does need a little bit of time for himself. Don't really want to be level 2 at this point on a 4 shaker.
No. The unfortunate part here was that KP didn't get that catapult into range that quickly, so it's just now starting to hit the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane, as Eurus can't really do anything except for just try and blast it under this, but KP does have Chakram right now. If Eurus isn't careful, this is where things get a little bit dicey. Not quite enough mana to spam it all out, so yeah, as Eurus uses the salve, that should be the end of the chance for aggression from KP.
And DY actually pulled, so that KP's going to start losing stacks, maybe? And he still has all the tower aggro, though.
And this just doesn't look like it's working yet. With Ori rotating in, though, that's going to be enough to get the kill. And in the meantime, PYW going to try and build up some more stacks over here to the side. Does he get it this time? Looks like he will. Gets his timing right. And looking up for Vici.
Yeah, perfect rotation there. From Ori, just what you need to help out versus this Timbersaw. And KP should just be forced right back down here. I don't really see any other options for him. Instantly TPs will go right back to pressuring that tower and trying to take away some of this space for Eurus / Paparazzi. And the ulti's there for KP, but he doesn't have the arcane boots yet, so he doesn't have a whole lot of spam to throw out at the moment.
Not the easiest thing in the
Only
world.
level 5 here for Yang, considering a go, but March is gone for the heal. No Maledict, so I think he's fine.
Got brought down very low, but does have the TP out and can come back in the lane quickly afterwards. It's going to be something else that we could watch for, maybe, as if Gabby wanted to make a aggressive play onto him and then, you know, switch over to the Nature's Prophet.
PYW has the skewer to get there in time. I love it.
Oh, dude, he made it.
I like how much he tanks for this, too. Ugh.
It's well worthwhile.
Oh, very much so.
I mean, if he can also get into some items afterwards, like, that's a nice chunk of gold for him.
And you know he's going to be leeching. You know, he's going to be hanging out for some XP from this, but... March, again, not having the Maledict, so they couldn't get the kill. But one thing is that it is a flat number of heal for the Witch Doctor. It's not a percent-based one. So it means that when the morphs down really low, even a single point in the Witch Doctor heal is super valuable.
That's nice. You could see a good job there by Yang, summoning some trees and then forcing those creeps away from the tower. That's a huge portion of the damage that the Timbersaw can do to the tower. Otherwise, he's just punching it with his right clicks, which is not that great. But Creep Wave's going to come back in again, and they might have to drag it off a second time. Yeah,
no treants here, though, so I don't know if Yang can really get there.
Yeah. Well, it does look like he could go for the resummon again if he wants to.
I think he's able to drive him back.
He's trying. He's trying real hard. Yang gets body blocked by his own trees, actually. On this side, DY is going to go down. Yang needs to be careful. Manages to get the deny. Does he pay for it? Yes, he will. But you take that one.
The mental victory.
There you go.
Right there. Unfortunately, it wasn't a victory in the mid lane either, though, as you said, DY killed there. And I think Tim's got in on that, too. So he's going to get, he's got Soul Ring, he's got the boots. Oh, yeah, he got the kill as well. Excellent. Very good for your shaker.
As before, Echo Slam also. Eurus now.
It's time. The blur in action.
This is what you like to see.
And this is one thing about the Mag PA compared to the other combos that we probably don't talk about enough is that, like, she can do the Ancients extremely early with no real concern, right? Sometimes you have a Jug, even with Healing Ward, he can't tank a stack like this. He might need, like, something beefier to do it. And Eurus, oh, those little guys, you gotta get the Prowlers, though. He doesn't want to leave it because we'll all just heal back up.
Yeah, that's really frustrating. So he will get through all of them, though. It looks like here it does end up running away afterwards. Doesn't look like it's going to get the stack as Bounty Runes TNC so far go in their favor. Armel shows up also. And PA building on the lead that she has, but it's got to be said, she's not that far ahead of the Morph. Morph's had a very free game.
Yeah, she got shoved back to the jungle, and that didn't end up happening for Gabby. So her stacks are essentially just keeping her in line with Gabby. She should start to accelerate past him pretty soon, though. And we'll clear out the rest of the Ancient stack. And we didn't see TNC get that mobility into the Radiant Triangle. They've been able to protect this and keep those stacks very safe for Eurus. They don't have incredible heroes for contesting, especially because Armel went for the Veil and not the Atos. So it's pretty hard to just like go in there and start one for pickoffs.
Throw out the Maledict there, but Eurus not going to be under too much fire. Tim's getting sprouted, need to be careful. The TP rotation coming in from KP. Tim's fissure connects on the other side of it. Ori going to try and go for the toss away play as well as the kill. Not going to happen as Ori and Yang both go down. Vici overextending mid.
Yeah, heavy punish there for Vici. Like, sure, you're making some space, but probably a little bit too hard there. And Armel, he wants to give this Catapult a bit of time in the mid lane. He's just tanking the tower for a little bit and says, all right, that's enough. I can't do this for you any longer.
Same thing for up top with Gabby, though. They're going to pop the glyph here,
keep
the tower alive.
Kept the Catapult up.
So they're pressuring both of these Tier 1 towers with the creep wave that's come in. Does look like the TP in from Ori might put the kibosh onto all of that as they pull this wave back the other direction. So it's kind of feeling a little bit strange as far as this game goes. Like TNC up 3,000 gold, but it doesn't really feel like either team wants to be that aggressive. Like KP is the most aggressive hero in the game, but it's like waiting for Morph Shaker, waiting for PA Mag to come online. And besides that, everybody's just kind of chilling.
Yeah, they both have a specific timing, right? PA wants the probably Deso +1 item. Doesn't necessarily want to go for anything too crazy with Deso. Maybe a really quick smoke pickoff or something, but nothing very wild.
Yang just keeps coming back in for the punishment, and that's the TP away.
He is slowing down KP now. This is one of those questions you have with Timbersaw sometimes is, like, when do I move? Like, should KP be pressuring this Tier 2 tower, or should he be mid looking for this fight?
Oh, here comes out. Ori is there. Still the Death Ward going. Avalanche going to interrupt, and then the toss finds the kill onto Witch Doctor. While that's all happening, you've still got TNC out farming Vici Gaming.
Yeah, 3 cores farming at the moment. Gabby top. He had Armel hitting some neutrals, and then, of course, KP very visibly underneath their Tier 2 tower, still in the bottom lane. So as long as you only lose 1 support, that's probably still advantageous for TNC, as you said. But you don't really want to feed away too many of those.
I want to see what this Timber's building damage is at the end of the game, because he is just punching away here. And it kind of feels like he can keep doing this almost all game long. Like, I don't really know what you have on Vici Gaming's side, with the exception of Ori, that helps to solve this problem.
It's a bit tougher now because now there's just going to be raw numbers. Like when you go into this mid-tier 1 and tier 2, there's just so many places to the TP that the cooldowns are super short. You just have like 2 heroes appear instantly, then you assume one's already there, so it can become a 3-on-1 in the blink of an eye. And even then, no matter how farmed you are on KP, that can turn into a bit of an issue. Wow, Armel, the Veil and bots already. We've talked about PA and Magnus, but geez, he is very farmed as well. He's right up there with them.
They're owning. And it's looking so far quite good for TNC. The lead continues to grow, and every time KP comes to a lane, people just have to back off because it really doesn't feel like this PA wants to get involved anytime soon.
He's very good about keeping the stacks constantly maxed as well. They're smoking up top, though, going for the kill onto Gabby, and with the stun chained up there from the Inkswell. Great play with the blink reveal on Ori. They needed that desperately. By far the most important kill on the map for them to grab.
And, you know, that's one of the strengths of this lineup, is that you've got that Wrath of Nature as well that can help secure those kills. Deso now done for the PA. She is going to show up for a moment. PYW has the RP, pulls him back in. The skewer as well. Chakram pretty far away. The chains, it's going to be interrupted, but the fissure to interrupt the follow-up stuns. The Silence out onto KP. And also we didn't really mention, but Grimstroke, very annoying for the Timbersaw to play against. But they won't be able to kill him.
That, after feeling very good before, that didn't feel that great. But they didn't have the Nature's Wrath, or the Wrath of Nature, I suppose. But not quite enough damage there. Bring down KP.
Well, so Eurus farming up those Viper illusions. Gonna head push out top lane. And slowly and steadily, we're seeing TNC just give Vici Gaming a hug across the map, pressuring in where they're capable of going. QAW sees that that room is gone. Fissure's going to connect. Interrupt Witch Doctor Ultimate. Not going to be able to do that much more. But KP's here too.
And Armel was so committed to this passive game, going for the the Veil of the bots. Like,
yeah.
he has no plans on this like 3-man smoke that we always see from Vipers at 12 minutes, and they just run around Atos and kill someone. He's just like, yeah, I know what my Morph's doing. I know what my Timber's doing. I would like to do that too, please and thank you. And it's worked out fantastic for him so far. Like, he's 1-0-2, but he's got 150 last hits on a 151 on a Viper.
That's really good.
He's top of the charts.
He's been killing it. Another Toxin. It's a hell of a drug. Tim's has his Blink Dagger. I think that they're going to get that D ward most likely in the Radiant Ancient camp, as they did place down a sentry, but nobody's passed by it recently.
Good call by Tim's. Runs into a Grimstroke, and instead of trying to like calm him down, go for a kill, he says, you know what, there's probably more than just this guy here. And doesn't want to draw them into a fight right next to Gabby either. Not going to be worth it. Gabby now wandering around at a bit higher HP values than he was before that last gank. And, well, as I say that, he morphs all the way down. So that is because Ori's showing on a catapult bottom, though.
Okay.
So that's acceptable.
Understandable. So yeah, it's
oh, he's under a ward right now, though.
He's got to be careful, or he's not going to go
at
for
480 HP. Wow. I'm surprised. He very much respects Gabby. And instead, they're going to shadow the PA up top. They want to take this tower because their tower bottom is already gone. So they're just saying, like, there's nothing for Gabby to gain down there. Let's try and force this. They do reveal with the dagger. And KP says, all right, who's back here? Cuts the trees. Just starts chasing. And smoke gets popped on all 4.
That's pretty sick. He does need to be a little bit careful because his stacks are wearing off, but it doesn't look like Vici are going to try and go for anything. So his stacks are down, but KP not going to get punished at all by that one. Keeps the tower alive. Vici, every move they make is being thwarted so far.
And all they could do is like force this TP at the Timber and then try and say, okay, let's fight somewhere else. Right. We know he can't TP now. And by popping the smoke just like that, they weren't sure if they were under ward coverage or not in the mid lane, and well, KP just immediately makes his way back here anyway. So playing the Vanguard, as we like to have, where he just always puts himself between the enemy team and the more important cores on his team.
That's what you need to do with this hero.
And now he's just going bot. He's like, all right, I think they left, guys.
There's like nothing down here for TNC either. There's like all the towers are gone. They're just wanting to find some kills. They're bloodthirsty.
VG aren't exactly sure what's going on. They did just scan the Roche pit. So a bit confused as to the whereabouts of some of these TNC heroes.
They're going to TP in with Yang, but immediately Armel shows himself in this lane, and well, now the push has stopped. You can't really do all that much here. TNC are giving them nothing. No tower. No objectives. Force step forward, though. They find themselves Yang. He's trying to get out of there. Just summon some trees. Well, you get the amp damage out from the Timber.
Only makes it worse.
And now the Echo mid lane. Fissure also going to connect. The Maledict damage trying to TP away. That's not going to work, my dude, as he gets pummeled. TNC came to play on Grand Finals day.
PYW trying to find a way out of here.
What are you doing, my man? They take him down as well. Just one by one, they're running in and dying.
They need this BKB, and they need it now. TNC fully aware that VG can't commit for a fight at this point. Everyone's just way too weak.
A setup, looking for it. Silence there, but the switch over, and Gabby's just away. They're not going to get him. The other thing to keep our eyes on, Morphling just got his Aghanim Scepter. He's about to get that level 15 talent. Obviously becomes all the more strong when he gets to the 18. You have that permanent uptime, but it's still scary. And You know, the other thing that's really scary about Enchant Totem, True Strike.
It's a really hard game for a PA. It's, again, it's all about the BKB. And Eurus is close. I mean, he's chucking daggers mid. He's doing whatever he can to get the gold onto his hero.
Oh, DY. They want to find him. Stun away, but the Fissure is out. And, well, DY is likely to go down here as he does not have a TP away. Man, it has just gone from bad to worse to terrible for Vici Gaming.
Look at that Radiant Triangle. You can see there's a Sentry blocking the Ancient spawn.
Ugh.
As Eurus is coming up trying to find some creeps. And they will get the bounties, though, and that must be getting close. And there it is. So the BKB is on its way. It is delivered, in fact, and now the Basher queued up next. So, VG, what do you do now? Do you stop the bleeding, or is there something else you need to wait for? They're very close to the Echo Saber on Ori. I would not mind waiting for that. And it looks like he's going to chuck it mid, because he understands the importance of that there, too.
DD picked up for Gabby, though. The perfect timing for them. They've got Blink Echo back up in 20 seconds. Are they just going to run into the pit right now? Oh, that's kind of sneaky. I like that. Oh, nope. They're going to go for the fight. Armel brought down somewhat low. Fissure's going to come out. Already, the battle
BKB.
is a-brewing and in some trouble. BKB not coming out yet from Eurus. He's going to pop it now. Tries to turn on to Tims, who is going to get brought down. Have they gone a bit too far on TNC? Not really too sure about that one as KP runs into that also, trying to find the secondary pickoff. Not bad. They also have Spirit Vessel. They just kill off the PA, though they don't have a chance. Meanwhile, the chase down coming from Gabby as he finds PYW, gets the ultra kill. PA was killing the supports. Gabby was killing the heroes, and now he's going for the big man, Mr. Roche. TNC are just destroying Vici.
And, well, if you'd like to see it again while I do Roche, we have that for you. As they try and go on Armel first, which makes sense, right? Because we know this Viper is so crucial for shutting down the PA. She comes down, she goes to BKB, she immediately targets Tims. But maybe trying to think about like the Morph Shaker combo, right? But then Gabby just playing on the outskirts of the fight, jumping in, jumping out, and then Eurus is just on the run with the BKB. Goes back in for March, but now he's just evaporates.
And that DD Morph lane, the timing of it to spawn right when they're going in, it didn't stand a chance.
Oh, this is one of the most like demotivated feelings in a game where you know you kind of have this window and everyone gets amped up and you're like ready to smoke and you just get blown up by the opposition, and it starts to feel a little bit hopeless here. Especially with them, of course, clearing up that Aegis, putting it onto Gabby. So that's going to be another 4.5 minutes here where VG, if they want to fight, they're going to have to try and find someone like Armel off alone. But Armel, he's playing it safe. He's gone for a Ghost Scepter for himself. Potential E-Blade later, I'm sure. But for now, he's just using it defensively to protect himself from the Phantom Assassin. Make sure that he's always going to have that Nether Toxin to help with the break. And even thinking about an Aghanim Scepter to ensure that he's always going to have the Viper Strike, too, to truly ruin Eurus' time.
It's so much about that PA being able to stay on targets. If you've got that lockdown, you know, slow though it may be, through BKB, it is painful indeed. Okay.
That was without Veil.
They found Armel. Guys, they're here. Do you want to party? Do you want to battle?
He's got Yules.
Yang? Ooh, just barely off the mark. And now they're kind of getting wrapped on, though. They need to be careful. Morphling is behind enemy lines. And he is already into the form of the Earthshaker.
Running to the dire jungle for safety.
Oh, God. The chase forward. They just blow up Yang. And now looking for a bit more. BKB popped out there. Morphling is just going to enchant Totem the other direction.
There's a dieback, right? So at least there's that.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like they can take a fight. I mean, this could potentially be kind of a moment again because the Earthshaker's gone, but at the same time, you know, you still got Aegis Morphling.
Yeah. If anything, it would maybe be a situation where you could try and use the RP to go for a kill onto Armel, but it's a Viper. He's so hard to bring down.
God. And they find Ori up on the high ground. Use the Adaptive Strike, not the Strength one. Okay.
I think he almost like lost vision or something there. I'm not sure. Like a tree regrew or something.
Very bizarre. Well, 24 minutes in. The head shake happens, but honestly, I think that they're still fine at this point. You can see that while Earthshaker's dead, even switching over into the Timber Saw, it's not like it's that bad of a look.
That's our new plan, is it?
Yeah, right? It's the next thing to be broken.
Well, Paparazzi / Eurus, he's got the plan. Ags, Rapier. We actually saw this several times. I think it was from a couple of the Chinese teams doing this build.
Yeah.
In games that weren't this desperate.
Oh no, the fissure, they marked the spot! Double X's on him, oh God, try and run away. Where's this man gonna go?
Oh no, now the Viper.
The rest of them are coming in. Eurus just wants to live. He wants to be a hero, wants to be a player. The chase board, okay.
Preemptive tip.
Leash there onto 2, maybe a little bit too cavalier with their movements. And Eurus able to escape.
Meanwhile, KP is messing around with Ori here under the tier 2 tower.
Now they find themselves another kill down on the south. Kills all over the freaking map. As now Ori's in trouble. They get him caught there with the enchant totem. Double kill for Gabby. This combo is too good. Witch Doctor ultimate on the other side. March just brazenly gonna beat down into Yang. Does he die in the fountain? Doesn't look like it. He's got all that regen coming in for him. Oh
Picks
man.
up the hood just in case.
Making me wondering if you even need to skip the Ags for the moment for that PA. Like, things are looking real rough. Oh God. Danger, danger. Chase down. PYW, Fissure. The enchant totem comes through afterwards, and Gabby is godlike. They just can't stop it. 11,000 lead, but they're already hitting forward onto these tier 3 towers. VG Gaming can't believe it. They have only lost 3 games so far at this major before this series, and it's looking like they're well on their way to the 5th. As TNC just looked unstoppable.
Yeah, you gotta respect the team willing to go right back to this Morph Shaker after losing with it versus this very squad in rather dramatic fashion.
They learned from their mistakes, apparently, as TNC take the first lane of Rax. Ori not able to get in range for a tossback. And Vici just clutching at straws right now as they hope to find some footing.
Is the solution just win before Morph does anything anyway? Because that's a pretty good strategy.
Seems like it.
It seems to work really well when you just win the other 2 lanes.
I guess easier said than done. As, yeah, he's foregone the Hagnums. He's just like, guys, we just need this Rapier. Get me online. Let me hit some heroes.
Well, the window is growing thinner and closing in terms of his BKB, down to 7 seconds. And we have all discussed how that is the only way he can fight through this Viper. What can his team do to protect him? They can throw on these Inkswells to try and stun around.
Oh, and it looked like they wanted to set up there with that Inkswell, but not able to get in range quickly enough. And now Beach just need to evacuate it. Yeah, DY just gets demolished. The chase down, they got Eurus there. Gonna try and BKB TP out. Do they have enough damage to burst through him in time? Not quite. If they had one more enchant totem there, they might have been able to. But PYW, he might not be so lucky. This Gabby is just demolishing faces. Devastating.
Well, can I just be speechless? Are we?
I think that's the state that we're at.
It's just like, yay, Rapier. Like, when that's your game plan,
Right.
it's like, what has happened to VG today?
I don't know. They didn't eat their Wheaties, that's for sure. Yule Scepter lift up at the last second there as Yang is going to be abandoned by his team and killed off before he can get back to the fountain.
Well, let's discuss when VG has looked very strong.
Okay.
PYW, as you kind of pointed out at the start of this game, has been able to make very good plays. The guy's been super active, getting around the map, making clutch stuff happen for the squad. Can't really do that on position 4 mag.
No.
We got that. Can't really impact the laning stage on position 4 mag. Did a great job stacking. Thumbs up, gold star on that one. Yep. We got PA. The PA lane was relatively okay. Unfortunately, with the Timbersaw, she did get shoved into the jungle before the Morph lane did, so they did lose out in terms of that trade.
Oh no, the ping.
Ori didn't have a great start.
No. It just has all felt like they've just been bewildered by this combination. And it's crazy because this is what they picked just the other day against them, and Vici looked like they had all the answers in the world. And this time around, they have just not been able to come up with anything. They look broken.
I feel like they've had a lot of Void and Night Stalker lately. Is that correct? Yeah, they've had a lot of Void and Night Stalker. And this game, we're just we're kind of on the no train on those guys, I believe. Both being banned in the first phase.
They're getting closer to Rapier, but it's feeling like a pipe dream. So they need an answer, and well, Timbersaw comes in immediately, just bellowing into Yang, who does have the Yules yet again on KP, waiting for everybody to get there in time. March is there with the stun afterwards, and this one is feeling close to done. Man, this is just, oh God, oh no, Gabby, they jump in, they find the stun yet again. They don't have an answer in the world with RP trying to save it. Can they turn it? Oh, Eurus, he wants to do it, and they make it happen. The BKB savior. Is it going to be enough though? He's broken, he's on nothing, and eventually he's going to be brought down. Gabby a bit too strong as they chase forward for a bit more. Gabby beyond godlike at this point, as even in the face of a miracle, he just laughs and turns back into Earthshaker. And KP there as well to hold his hand.
Oh man, imagine if Eurus didn't have like 15% HP when he started being able to right-click there. But Tim's tried to bring him down right away, and you know, the damage was done at that point. He was getting so close to that Rapier too.
God, imagine if he had it.
I think he's gonna get a Rapier fight, guys.
Okay.
It looks like it's gonna happen at this rate.
Well, another Yule Scepter lift up, and it does look like TNC has something to say about that. He's just trying to TP out underneath his tier 4 towers. My man is struggling. As we are 31 minutes into this game, and it does not feel like KP cares about a damn thing. He is low on mana, but just punching treants.
Yeah, I can tell he's a little disappointed that he's playing a hero with no taunt, though. Because like,
That's
all
true.
of last game he taunted. He doesn't have enough hero voice lines either.
Oh, and Yang, he's also going to get eaten up, gobbled down by Gabby, who is going to get tossed back into the fountain. The skewer back doing everything and a bit more, but double health bars are a bit too strong. They're leashed, they're stunned, the Yule Scepter lift up, and then the easy peasy walk away. BKB to get back to your base, because that's the way this game has gone for Vici Gaming. My God.
I mean, it's kind of like crazy dives sometimes for TNC, but it always feels like there's some coverage behind them, right? Whether it's the Morphling Fishers or the Earthshaker Fishers, someone's always prepared to bail you out if you go a little bit too deep. And they only got a tier 3 and all that, I believe. So diving all the way to the fountain.
I mean, yeah, it's true. They didn't get that many more objectives, but they got a hell of a lot of kills. And PA,
Rapier.
like in the path. Let's see.
Just got to get herself over to the secret shop.
You know, the thing that's so weird about this, too, is, like, for TNC, all of their drafts where they open Earthshaker Morphling have been about how do we get to this point that they're at right now.
Oh, Yang's going to see you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Yang's just getting ahead. We're good, we're good.
Yang's on steam. It's all good.
Yeah, we're fine, we're fine.
But the thing about it, that, to me, that just feels so nuts is this draft from Vici ensures that you're going to get there, right? Like, EA Magnus, you're just farming, which is exactly what TNC have been looking to do with their entire drafts. We'll have to see how it goes, but right now Eurus has the Rapier, not quite at that level 25 triple dagger talent. Let's see what they can do with it.
Just a little bit away. There's 3 levels. Oh, well, 3.1. And I'm giving them the there it is.
There it is. They got it. This is a 2700 crit. Now, if they have a way to take away all of the armor.
better find out soon, because Gabby's in.
Oh, God. He's got E-Blade, too. The chase forward, the buybacks come out immediately. They need to make something happen with this Rapier. On the other side, KP is there. Eurus is on the trees, and, well, he does get the BKB off. Very important for him as he tries to get the walkaway, but he just can't fight. The skewer back in. It's not going to pull him into the fountain, and they blow up Eurus. Buyback comes out for Rapier on the deck. They got their eyes on the prize. Oh, Gabby's already got the ultra kill, and he wants that rampage. Give it to him as the chase down comes. No, that's going to be the Aegis down. Tim's also in a little bit of trouble as he's eventually going to die, but GG is called as TNC just destroyed Vici Gaming. What the hell?